I wore my mechanic's uniform to my daughter's honor roll ceremony after my ex told the other parents I embarrass her by looking like the help. So, some context. I'm a mechanic, have been for 11 years. I own the shop, actually just me and 2 other guys. But I'm still the one doing the work most days because that's how I like it. My hands are usually stained, my boots are usually dirty, and honestly I've never cared much about that because it's honest work and it pays the mortgage and it put my daughter Chloe in a decent school district even after the divorce. Chloe is 12. She's been on honor roll 3 semesters in a row, which I'll tell you I cannot take credit for because I barely passed algebra. That's all her. The ceremony was on a Thursday at 6 p.m. I got the date circled on my calendar back in October. What I didn't know, what I found out about 48 hours before it happened, is that my ex, Danielle, had apparently been talking about me to the other parents at school functions. My buddy Marcus has a daughter in Chloe's class and his wife pulls him aside at pickup and tells him what she heard. Danielle had been telling people I was unreliable, that I showed up to things looking totally inappropriate, that it was embarrassing for Chloe to have me there because I, quote, look like the help. Marcus called me that night and told me. I sat with that for a while. Now here's the thing. I had been planning to go home, shower, change into the button-down I'd ironed, be there early. Normal stuff. But after Marcus told me that, I made a different decision. I finished the transmission job I was on, I washed my hands as good as they get, and I drove straight to the school in my uniform. Navy blue, name patch on the chest, grease on the knee that wasn't going anywhere. I got there right when the doors opened. Found a seat 3 rows from the front. Danielle was already there with her boyfriend Greg, who does something in finance and always looks like he's about to ask for the manager. She spotted me from across the room, and I watched her face do about 6 different things in 2 seconds. She leaned over and said something to Greg. He looked at me. I waved. The ceremony started. They called Chloe's name, and she walked up, and I stood up and clapped the loudest I possibly could. She found me in the crowd, and she kind of froze, this half-smile, half-panic look, but she waved back. Afterward, there's a little reception thing in the hallway. Cookies, punch, parents milling around. Danielle made a beeline for me the second Chloe walked off with her friends. She kept her voice low. Why would you come like that? I said. Like what? You know exactly like what. You look like you just crawled out from under a car. I said. I did. A 2019 Silverado, actually. Finished at 5:40, made it here by 6. I don't think she's embarrassed. And right then, Chloe came back over with 2 of her friends and this little certificate rolled up in a ribbon and she goes, Dad, did you see? My name was first because it's alphabetical but still. And I hugged her and told her I was proud of her and she was grinning like crazy. One of her friends goes, is that your dad's name on his shirt? Chloe goes, yeah, he owns a shop. Her friend goes, that's so cool. Danielle was standing right there for all of it. Later, when Chloe was saying goodbye to her teacher, Danielle pulled me aside again. She said she wanted to talk about co-parenting boundaries and how I was deliberately trying to humiliate her. I said, I came to our daughter's honor roll ceremony straight from work because I wasn't going to miss it. That's it. That's the whole story. She said I did it on purpose to make her look bad in front of people she actually has to see. I said, Danielle, you told those people I looked like the help. I just showed up and let them meet me. What they think after that is on them. She didn't say anything to that. Chloe hugged me in the parking lot before she went with her mom and said, thanks for coming, Dad. I told her I wouldn't have missed it. She goes, Mom said you probably wouldn't make it. I said your mom was wrong. She smiled and got in the car.